What's going on, guys? This is DJ with All Day DFS, and this is the After Dark edition. How did everybody do tonight? Let me know down below if y'all guys cashed in. Let me know. As for me and my team, we had a great night. Everybody was eating. You know how that said a lot. Oh, we're going to eat tonight. A lot of times it doesn't happen, but this time we really did eat. Go into our Discord. The link is down below. Check the winner circle. Check all the winnings. We had a great night. Big shout out to my whole team in the All Day DFS Discord. I love y'all guys. I love chatting up with y'all guys. I love helping each other make money. That's all, we're a family in there. We're, in there every day doing picks, helping each other. And just a big shout out to everybody in there. I'm just super happy because, not only did I profit, I could be happy just for my own profit, but I know I'm happy because I've seen other people making money in there. And I've seen some first-time people making some money and some first-time people learning. So, that just makes me happy. So I'm real happy tonight. I myself, I profited close to $1,000. I'm still waiting on another $150 winner. Just most of my picks came through today. I felt really good. I don't know if y'all guys ever get in that vibe and that feeling that just about you feel like everything that you pick is gonna win, and that's how I felt tonight. So definitely loving that. I hit a couple flexes. I got one flex turned into a four pick flex. I hit that because of a tie. 2 powers. I really love the new, the 2 powers, 3 powers, 3 powers and 5 pick flexes is what I'm playing. If I do a 4 pick power, I'm not throwing big money behind it unless I feel like super confident like those 4 are for sure, but I rarely do that. So it's 2, 3, and 5 for me. But anyways, again, I hope y'all guys cashed in. I hope y'all guys had a great night. And again, if you haven't joined the Discord, join it now. It's hot in there. We're already up to 100 members. It's only been up for a month. PrizePicks is retweeting our tweets. We're making noise with the NBA, also with the gaming picks. So hopefully we'll continue everything. Hopefully with the MLB come in and other stuff. It's getting good in there, guys. So I just recommend y'all guys go ahead and join and come and join the community. It was really good tonight. We followed each other's lines. We made some money. Anyway, so just a quick recap. It was just pretty good night for not. It wasn't such a crazy night. Dwight Howard did get ejected. Luckily, I didn't have him in any of my lines. So I know it kind of ruined some people's night with Dwight Howard getting ejected. Also, Bam came through. If y'all had Bam just came through. He had like a 62 burger, I think, something like that. So Bam came through. Tyler Herro came through. Tobias killed us with the rebounds. A lot of people were high on Tobias on the rebounds. He didn't get there. I'm really liking this new 3-point thing. I'm liking it. I thought Buddy Hield would go under, and actually he was under. He was supposed to get four threes, and he was under the whole game. And then he came in, with a couple minutes left in a blowout, and then hit another 3-pointer, which tied. So at least it was still, I still won on that line, but he tied his 3-pointers. Who else got there for y'all? Let me know. Let me know who went under. Who did y'all have? Cantor went over on the rebounds, and I'm sorry, guys. I didn't get to make a top 5 video today. I had my son was sick, so I had a lot of running around to do with my son. I just didn't have the time. I wish I would have, because hopefully, that would have helped a lot of more people make money. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the board. Surprisingly, PrizePicks has 10 players on the board. They usually have 8, so they have 10 tonight. First guy on the board is James Harden. As we know, as anybody who follows the news updates, James Harden is questionable right now. So, just based on that news, if you don't know he's gonna play, I'm not gonna tie up my money into picking James Harden just to get him a couple points cheaper. He's already at 60, so that's something to think about. Especially if you only have, let's say you only have $50, you only have $100. And you feel like you're playing big money on Harden. If you throw 50 on it, he doesn't play, it kind of messes you up. You have that money tied in there. If they announce it early enough, you get to ask for a refund. If it's only a 2-pick power. Now, if you put them in a 3-pick or a 4-pick or 2-pick, if you put them in a 3-pick or a 4-pick or a 5-pick, it doesn't matter. They just go down one tier. So just be careful. I myself am not touching Harden tonight because we don't know the news. So don't tie up your money into somebody that you don't know if they're going to play or not. See, as it says right here, he's questionable. He's dealing with a sore neck, and it's uncertain if he will play. So Anyways, the matchup is 16th ranked overall, 6th ranked versus his position, so it's not even a good matchup. Dude has a sore neck and it's not a good matchup, but he is James Harden. As you can see here, last 5 versus Detroit, he's gone over twice. Last 5 games overall, he's gone over twice. So draft dashboard has him projected at 54.2. Like this 60 is like super high, super high. And I think he's been there the last two maybe 3 times. I think 2 times. But 60 is really high. Like that's a high. I'm not saying he can't get there. Obviously, he's one of the best NBA fantasy players there is. He can get there on any night versus anybody. But usually when I see these boards, when he's on the board early, he's usually at like, I think I've seen him as low as like 53, 54. Lately he had been at like 55, 56, but now he's at 60. So let's not touch him tonight. I'm not touching him, but let's say tomorrow he does play. He has a sore neck and it's a bad matchup. Why not go on the under? Maybe they'll bump him up 2 points or something like that. Why not hit him on the under? If he's going to play with a sore neck, might bother him. Not a good matchup. I mean, he can still drop 50 points, 55 points. It's still a good game for him. Still a good game. That's a good game, but 60 is really high. So that's something to think about. But not touching him tonight. Jeremy Grant versus Brooklyn. Now, Jeremy Grant versus Brooklyn, that was, I think, what started it all when a lot of people started, that's where Jeremy Grant, started getting noticed when it was that first matchup against Brooklyn. Like, he was on everything. Like, he was on the core players and roto grinders. Like, everybody was just really high on him. And he hit that night. But then after that, after a couple games later, he just started going under on almost every time. Like, PrizePicks raised him up to like 38, 40, and he was just hitting the under consistently. So the matchup is 18th ranked, 16th ranked versus his position. Last 5 versus, what was he again? 37. So last 5 versus Brooklyn. You see his last game versus Brooklyn, he didn't even hit it. He only hit 29. That 45, the second game versus Brooklyn, second to last game versus Brooklyn, that's the one that I'm talking about. So he's only gone over 1 time versus Brooklyn in the last 5 games. His last 5 games overall, he's only went over twice. He's only gone over twice. Overall, draft dashboard has him projected at 34.3. Now, what happens a lot of times with Jeremy Grant, I think he did get a block or a steal the last game, but what I've seen a lot when I look at his lines at the end of the games, like he's just mostly scoring. Like he doesn't. Sometimes he does other things. I mean, he should do other things. I remember when he first came into the league, he was a good defensive player, had blocks and steals, but he's become a scorer, and I think he probably doesn't put the same amount of effort on defense as he used to when he was like a role player. Now he's kind of like the star of the team. But versus Brooklyn, I mean, I like this. I like the 37. I really think he can get there. As we know, Detroit traded away Delion Wright, so maybe that should give him some kind of usage bump. Without all the stats in front of me, I can't really tell how that would go. But we know that he got traded away, so maybe that gives him even more of a usage bump. I think 37. I think he can get there. I know last game he didn't get there, but I think he can get there. If I were to play Jeremy Grant, I would play him on the over at 37, just because it's going against Brooklyn, and he did do good in that one game. Next, we got Booker versus Toronto. Booker is at 37. Now Booker seems kind of low. Like I've seen him around 40 for a while, but I mean he's been late, or 38. He was always like at 38. Now he's at 37. I think I seen him like at 36 the other day. So it's 22nd ranked overall, 18th ranked versus his position. So it's not really a great one. It's a decent matchup for him. Decent matchup. His last 5 overall versus Toronto. His last 5 versus Toronto, he has gone over 1, 2, 3 out of 5. His last 5 games overall, he's gone over 3 out of 5. Draft dashboard has him projected at 36.4. This is another tough one because he's right there. If I had to pick, I think I would go on the over. I don't know who's guarding him, who would guard him. I know they traded away. Well, I guess Van Vliet would guard him, or Lowry. I like him for the over. If I had to play him, I would play him on the over, or I would just fade him. I know Toronto's going to be without Powell tomorrow. I don't know how competitive the game may be. It could be a blowout situation. It seems like just about every night, almost every game is a blowout. Like today, the Lakers were blowing out the Sixers were blowing out the Lakers, and the Lakers came back. Montrezl Harrell didn't do nothing. He had joined the cardio team in the first half, didn't do nothing. Second half, he came back and he played really well. But I think I would play him on the over. Next, we got Van Fleet versus Phoenix. Now, I know this is a tough matchup. I know they play the guards well. Phoenix plays the guards well. Yeah, first ranked defense, first ranked overall versus his position, and we have him at 38. And yeah, he has not gone over 38 versus Phoenix in his last 4 games. In his last 5 games overall, he's gone over 38, 3 out of 5. But Draft Dashboard has him predicted at 40.5. So at 38, they like him for 2 points over, 2.5 points over. Maybe it's based on his recent production, not based on the matchup. Me, without other stats in front of me, like not seeing if they already played him once this year, I'm not even sure if they played him. I don't have all the stats in front of me that I usually do during the day to do all this. Based on the matchup and based on his last 5 versus Phoenix, I would pick him on the under. If I had to play him, I would pick him on the under, or I would just fade him because it looks like he's back on track. He's playing well, so it's like a toss-up, but Phoenix is really very good defensively, so I would fade him. I wouldn't play him. Next, we got Tatum versus Milwaukee. It seems like Boston and Milwaukee play like every other day to me. Like, I don't know. So he's projected at 44. All right, so 12th ranked overall, 20th ranked versus position, so it's a good matchup for him. His last 5 versus Milwaukee, he's only gone over once. His last 5 overall, he's only gone over once. Tatum has been very popular for the under. Like, I see a lot of people picking him for the under lately, and he hits most of the time. The thing is like, it's like, just like with Thaddeus Young the other night. He went over 15 out of 16 games. Everybody jumps on him, and he goes under. So, I mean, with Tatum, it's a toss-up because, Tatum is he's a star. He can get hot. He can, he does multiple things. So, anyways, Draft Dashboard has him projected at 42.1. Over here, he's at 44 versus Milwaukee. I would pick him on the under. I mean, his last game, I know they played Milwaukee recently, so his last game, 42 and 48. So he went over once and went under once. So it's just a toss-up. I don't know if that 42 came when Giannis wasn't playing or not. I normally fade Tatum. If I ever play Tatum, it's always on the under. So I probably would just fade him. Next, we got Giannis versus Boston. He's at 52, which 52 is like super low for him compared to what he's always at. He's always around 56, 57, usually around 57. 52 is really low, but as I was talking to somebody in our Discord, I seen somewhere the other day saying that all Boston does is double team him every time they play. Like, I don't watch, unless it's the Orlando Magic. I'm an Orlando Magic fan, which traded away their whole team today. Unless it's the Magic, like, I really don't watch the actual games. I have everything on GameCast. I have like 5 tabs up, and I have GameCast running on all of them, and I see what's going on, but I don't actually watch the games. But I seen somebody say that all Boston does is just double team Giannis. So I don't know, but so his last 5 versus Boston, he only got it 34 last time, which was the other day. Yeah, which was his last game. His last game, he got 34 versus Boston. So, but before that, he had gone over 3 out of 5 times. He's gone over 3 out of 5. 3 out of 4. He's gone over 3 out of 4 overall, and 3 out of 5 times versus Boston. So 57.5. See, like, if it's a close game, it should be a close game. I'm going to go with the over on Giannis. I would play the over on Giannis. I think this is Giannis' bounce back game, and I would pick him tonight because tomorrow he's probably going to be around 55, 54, 55. If too many people pick him on the over, he might be up to 57 before the game starts. So if you like Giannis tonight, go ahead and make a line on him. If you don't feel comfortable, if you feel that you think it's risky, just go light on it. Guys, you don't have to bet the house, early. Like I said, my strategy before, I said this about 3 weeks ago. My strategy before is every night I would do a little 4-pick power, which, like I said, I really don't play the powers, but if I'm going to play light, I don't mind playing. I don't mind losing $10 if I have a chance to win 100, so I'll do a 4-pick power. Maybe now, if I don't like, usually I would always do a 4-pick power. It didn't matter if I like somebody or not. I would just take chances on them. Now, if I see this board and I only definitely feel confident in 2 players, I'll do the 2-pick power. I'll still go light on it without any news. It's like, it's a double-edged sword type of thing because right now these are the players on the board. Like Harden's questionable, we know that. And lately the NBA's been crazy where out of nowhere just they sit people for rest, they sit people, for the COVID, they sit people for whatever. So not knowing, the whole everything that's going on, you really don't want to throw everything into the early, not knowing. Yeah, pick your guys early. I'll go ahead and pick Giannis, and I'll pick, I'll make a little line, but I'm not gonna throw 100 or 200 on it, not knowing all the news. So just be cautious when you're doing the early lines as well. Like I said, my strategy has always been, I'll do a line or two. I'll do a 4-pick power, throw $10 on it, or if not, if I do a 2-pick power, I might throw $20 on it, or a 3-pick power. But I'm not gonna throw 100. I'm not gonna throw 200. I'm not gonna throw 400 on something so early that we don't have all the news. Like, I'm definitely not putting no money on Harden tonight. So anyways, I like Giannis for the over. Next we got Yokage versus New Orleans. So he's projected at 55. So 21st ranked overall, 5th ranked versus his position. So I guess Steven Adams be clamping people, I guess. I don't know. I'm guessing he's the one that's the clamper for the sinners. So anyways, the last 5 versus New Orleans, 57, 65, 42, 30, and 51. So he's gone over twice in the last 5 versus New Orleans. The last 5 games, he's gone over he's gone over 3 out of 5. So he played New Orleans recently, because there's a 57 right there. They have him projected at 55.6. I mean, I know the matchup is not great, but I mean, this guy just does so much. He does it all. He rebounds, he assists, he gets steals, he gets blocks. I mean, I don't know how many steals and blocks he's got, but I've watched his games where he gets steals and he gets blocks. I mean, this guy pretty much does it all, so I'm picking him for the over. I mean, right now, if I had to do 2-pick based on everything that I've seen so far, I would do him and Giannis, 2-pick power. Not throw a lot of money on it, but early before these guys, they are going to jump up tomorrow. They are going to jump up. So Jokic over, Giannis over. Let's see how Zion looks. Let's see how he did his last game versus Denver. I didn't really pay attention to that one. So there's 10th ranked, 12th ranked overall. His last 5 versus Denver, he had a 41. So his last 5 games overall, 47, 41, 48, 47. So he's gone over 3 out of 5, but he didn't get over versus Denver. They were having projected for 41.6. So it's about 2 point something under. I think I would fade him. I just, I don't like, to be honest, I don't like playing the under on superstars too much. And Zion, I remember in the beginning of the year, he was around, 40, 38, 37. He would consistently just be around 37, 38. He would never get past that for a long time. But, I mean, he has a stretch over the last month or so that he's just been crushing it. And 44, he can easily get there. But he went under last game. It's not a good matchup. So what I would do is I would just fade it. I'm not going to play Zion. I just won't touch it. Next we got Christian Wood versus Minnesota. Now I haven't played him since he came back. Like, I wanted to see what, how did he come back? If he was going to come back strong. If it was going to take him some time to get back in there, and get his feet wet again or whatever. So it's 30th ranked, 22nd versus his position. So he hasn't played Minnesota in the last 5, so we don't have no information versus Minnesota. And you see his last 5 games, he has a 23 and a 24. He did have a 48, a 41, and a 35. So he's gone over twice in the last 5 games. So we don't have no information to compare versus Minnesota. They have him projected at 39.3. The minutes are not really, he's only had, I don't even know if these are blowouts or not. They might be blowouts. He has 29 minutes, 28 minutes in his last 2, and then he had a 36. His usage is pretty good, 27, 29, 26. I mean, I would pick him on the over. Based on the matchup, if Houston can keep it any kind of competitive, they should be able to. It's Minnesota, so it's not really, they're not two good teams, so they should, hopefully Houston can keep it competitive, and I think he will go over. I would pick him on the over. I like him for the over. And next we got Karl Anthony Towns. So yeah, another really great matchup. 27th ranked, 24th overall. His last 5, they have him at 50. His last 5 versus Houston, he's only gone against them 3 times. He's gone over twice. Last 5 games, he's gone over 3 out of 5. They have him, draft dashboard has him projected at 46.8. This is another one that I like. I mean, like I said, draft dashboard is usually always, a lot of the times they're under. They have their projections under. So I usually use more than one. I use more than one website for my projections, for my sheets, for everything that I use, my research. And Draft Dashboard is usually under. Like if I had to pick Karl-Anthony Towns right now without seeing anything else, I would pick him on the over because it's a really, really good matchup. I mean, even though Christian Wood is back, he's not really. I don't think he's, from what I know, he's not a great defensive player. I don't think he's gonna stop Towns. So I see them both having good games. I think I would go over on Towns. So that's all we have on the board tonight. Like I said, surprisingly we had 10 players on the board. I hope all this information helps you. If I had to do some picks tonight, if this is all that was on the board, and I had to make some picks, my favorite two of the night would be Giannis and Yokage. Because when you're iffy about it, if you're iffy on all of these, you got to go with the superstars because the superstars have the usage. I'm not saying Jeremy Grant. Well, Jeremy Grant's not a superstar. He's a star on his team. He's a star of his team, I guess. But he's not. You can't be super confident. This guy has gone over a lot. Gone under a lot. So I can't just be like, oh yeah, my most confident picks and the ones that I would go with is Giannis and Jokic. Now, if I was gonna run a little line, a little early line to see if I can hit, I would probably do a Giannis, Jokic, Wood, and Towns line. 4 pick power, throw $10 on it. If I lose, I lose $10. But if I win, I win 100. So that's what I would do if you want to do a flex. So you have some flexibility in there. I would probably do Giannis, Jokic, Wood, Towns, and either one of these two, whichever one you feel more comfortable. I think they both can get over. Versus Brooklyn with Harden questionable, not knowing if Harden plays, I think I would go with Grant. So I would do a 5-pick flex. I would do Giannis, Jokic, Wood, Towns, and Grant would be my 5. But my favorite two is Giannis and Jokic. With these two games, hopefully staying competitive. Even though Giannis hasn't played the Celtics well the last game or whatever, 52 is really low. So from Giannis, you don't have to have this guy again. He is another one that does it all. He doesn't have to have one of his best games ever just to get over 52. He does a lot of things that'll get him there. So anyways, guys, that's all I have for y'all guys tonight. Once again, I hope y'all guys cashed in. I hope y'all guys had a great night. If you're out there and you're alone, if you're losing every day, join the Discord below. Join the Discord. The link is right there. Join us. Come in there. Chat it up. I'm not charging for nothing. We're not charging for nothing. Maybe we will in the future because it's getting that good. But we don't have we're not charging nothing. We're in there helping people. We're helping each other. And again, this is different. This is just us versus the projections. We're not going against each other like FanDuel or DraftKings type of thing with lineups or nothing like that. We're just going against the house. It's us versus PrizePicks versus their projections. So we can all help each other. We all follow each other's lines, whether it be gaming, NBA, hockey. We even done some disc golf. We do all kinds of things in there. We got baseball coming up. So go in there and join us. We definitely want to try to help. We're a community. If we lose together, and you can share that that burden with everybody in there because from time to time we all lose. Anybody who plays this is gonna have losing nights. So it's all about not getting too high, not getting too low, and bouncing back the next day. That's what we have to do. Yesterday wasn't a great day for me. I barely broke even. Today I profited almost $1,000. So that's how it goes. But anyways, go ahead and join our Discord. If this is your first time watching a PrizePicks video, please go ahead and use my code when you when you join. It'll give you 100% match up to $100. And I look forward to seeing everybody in the chat. And once again, I hope y'all guys had a great night. Thank you.